Sean's on you.
We are in 2 weeks in a row, everybody. Good evening. Welcome once again. We have the fire that's about to be turned on, and we're going to make sure there's no filters to put it out. Please, everybody, feel free to join the conversation on this evening. We are live August 16, 2026. Let's welcome everybody that's in the building this evening. We're going to start with a man that wasn't here last time. I'm more looking forward to him. He brings the fire. He brings the discussion. What's going on, Corey? How you doing this evening?
Corey, can you hear him?
Corey there?
Corey?
I can't do that.
Corey the next one.
Yeah, Corey? Corey will be joining us in a moment. We know he's in the building. Going down to Bricktown, Jersey. Bricktown in the building. Big Sweet. Stole that name from Hey, Lou, what's going on?
I'm here. All right. We're doing good. Except for me, because I have a little slump. But it's all right.
Let's go to my high school days. Edwin, Morrow in the building. And of course, we got a lot of fun back tomorrow and years after that. Of course, we will never, ever forget the horse that popped up out of nowhere, right, John? First, it wasn't there, and it was there. We told that story 1,000 times. What's going on, John? How you doing this evening?
Wow, that's like over 35 years.
Thank God I'm still paying that. You know what? How many times I think about that? Every time I think about that horse being there, the noise still sounds the same. It never goes away. It never goes away.
Stanley will remind you.
Yeah. He reminds me all the time. Lord, him and my crooked finger. I mean, yeah, I'll never forget. It was just for those of you that don't know, we're not gonna tell the story. But I ran into a exercise at full speed. I guess didn't. I don't know who set the pick, but I came around the pick full speed, nonstop, and ran dead into a gymnastic horse, and the horse won completely.
Yeah,
So,
but that was some shot.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the worst part, I wish it had just knocked me out and I didn't remember the knockout, but I remember the knockout. I mean, at least running into it. And then, of course, when I looked up again, you guys are standing around me. So I knew something happened. But that's part of growing up. Let's go to Brooklyn. And my former teammate, well, we had a couple of teams, but one team we played with just a guy named Chip in Danawa. Better known famously throughout the boroughs as Chip, and he brought out the best in all of us. We had a team known as Brown Sugar. I think for Omar, maybe he played for Brooklyn. Besides that, very few teams better than Brown Sugar. We were good everywhere. Omar's in the outfield, I'm on the mound, and believe me, and it's so much talent on that team. And the manager demanded absolutely the most from us. And we gave him the most. I like to welcome in the building on a Sunday night. That man that covered the ground between Chip and Omar. I never worry. What's going on, Omar? How you doing?
Salute. What's going on? So yeah, some fun times. Back in those days, playing in Brooklyn.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, absolutely. We were known. We were definitely we were known without a doubt. And some of the best times out there. Sluggers, but for me, with Omar, I think our competitive best was Brown Sugar, without a doubt. Who's the GOAT? Okay, I guess I'm the GOAT, and of course I'm the GOAT. The GOAT of absolutely nothing. But I tell you what, I'm the GOAT of Friday just passed, and those of you that know I do music outside, I was really, really excited. I did a mix for IceRadio.com. We went live and we had our ratings come out this morning. Our largest audience in 14 months. And that's advertising. And people have been calling us to do mixes on Friday night. Let's talk more music. And of course, the station manager only 24 months to listen. That's 2 years.
Yeah.
But he's listening now. He's listening now because we had a large following Friday night. One of the Brooklyn Bad Boy DJs named T Groove went at 6 o'clock, and then they had me go at 7 o'clock. 2 hours of nothing but master mixing. I don't do many things right, but I think Omar even gives me this one. When I get by the turntables, I have a little idea of what I'm doing, and it's really a good time. So glad to be here this evening with all the fellas on a Sunday night. Of course, the originator and the creator, the doctor behind all that's going on this evening. Can't forget the one and only Mr. Crump, Herman Crump, who's here with us this evening. And I said he wanted to try to do this the second week in a row, and it's looking good for him. So let's bring in the CEO, the man that makes it happen, Mr. Herman Crump on a Sunday night. Welcome, everybody.
Actually, Tony, the third week.
Third week.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I missed the week. That's right. I forgot. No, I had the call week. It is the third. I had the call week with absolutely no reception at all. So the third week in a row, everybody, and that's a good thing. And again, Herm is sticking with it. You know what? Got to applaud. Let's applaud Herm for his stick-to-itness. And I applaud you, Herm. This is something that you really said you wanted to do. You're sticking with it. You really upgraded the game, the video, the promotion. I saw the numbers, and that's when you don't need to hear from the public is letting you know that they're watching you. So good job with those numbers this week, Herm. And we bring you in on the mic. How's it going, Herm?
Everything going good. We now up to 3K views.
Really? Wow.
On YouTube. They might be not watching us live, but they do catch the playback.
Yeah.
On
Good
everything.
Great numbers. Good start. Good start. Hell of a start.
So you're up to 52 subscribers and climbing. And we're gonna keep pushing.
Like I said, good stick to itness. I'm very proud of you, bro. This is something you said you wanted to do. I'm all for people setting goals and reaching them. Some people say, what we can't do, and we say what I'm gonna do. And you say what I'm gonna do. Stick to it. Don't listen to the naysayers. Do what it is you're gonna do. Great job, and I think all of us here are proud of you for sticking with it.
Thank you. We're gonna take our first break, and we're gonna get you to talk sports.
Yes, sir. Back in the studio, everybody. Here we go. Getting a good job with the graphics. I'm loving it. And obviously last night, we had a fight. Clarissa Shields, who's absolutely doing her thing in boxing. I'm not going to ask the question. I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to ask it. But I will definitely say without a doubt, this woman has put her name in the record books. Her name is Clarissa Shields. She won the WBA, WBC middleweight title of the world last night. A game fighter, the young lady from England, can't recall her name, but the bottom line is Clarissa's way too dominant. So the question for this evening has Clarissa, this was actually discussed right after the fight. Has she put her name, even though none of these fighters have been around a long time, do you guys feel Clarissa has already put herself in the category as one of the greatest fighters of all time for women's boxing? Let's let those of you that are familiar with the topic, I hope everybody knows a little something about it. Let's go to Lou. Lou, what do you think about Clarissa?
Well, I haven't seen a bunch of her, but I've heard some stories about her, how she has stepped up women's boxing. But of course, I think probably the greatest women boxer of all time probably has to be Ali's daughter.
Yeah.
No offense.
Okay.
That's the champ's daughter. I mean, she was like her dad. No one could stop her.
Yeah.
I mean, Clarissa. Good fighter, but nothing's gonna be more than I think Leila Ali. So I have to give her second.
Corey, are you there?
Corey Nelson, there's something wrong with his mic, so he had to come.
I got you. I got you.
Whoops.
John, are you watching some of these women fighters?
I'm vaguely, but I would agree with Lou. You know, about with Ali. I'm not too. I mean, I've heard of her, but I'm not following her. You know, but I would agree what Lou said about Ali's daughter.
Okay. Omar, I'm coming to you. Now, I know. I think I heard you talking about a little bit about this fight. Are you following Clarissa's career, and what do you think about her as a fighter?
Yes, I've been following her career. I've seen most of her fights. I do not believe that she is the GOAT or the GOAT as she calls herself. I do believe Layla Ali is head and shoulders above her. Layla Ali was a knockout artist. I also think that Chrissy Martin is above her. Chrissy Martin was one of the toughest competitors women's boxing has ever seen. I don't think she would have beaten Chrissy Martin, and I don't think she would have beaten Layla Ali. I mean, I would have loved to have seen them fight in their prime, both against each other, but obviously that could never happen. But based on what I've seen from all three, I would put Clarissa as number 3. She's not a knockout artist. Everybody knows that, but she can fight. So we'll give her that. Chrissy Martin and Layla were knockout artists, and they were tough competitors. And Chrissy Martin, when she was in her older years, fought Layla Ali and gave Layla all the hell she could handle, even though Layla beat her. So yeah, those two I definitely put above her. But yeah, I mean, she's the best in her prime, and she's the best in her era. So can't take that away from her.
Good point. For me,
Corey's not here.
Don't agree.
Oh, okay, let's do that. And Corey, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Clarissa, give me some word on it. What do you think about her?
Yeah, she's the GOAT.
All right.
Agree with
And give me a reason why you think she's the GOAT.
The reason why is Layla has not done what she's done, or Chrissy Martin. She's undisputed in how many divisions. Layla hasn't done it. Chrissy Martin hasn't done it. Layla only had 24 fights. She's 24-0. That's cool, but none of them are doing what she's doing right now, unfortunately.
Who do you think fought real competition? Because remember, the women's game when Ali was there was not as advanced as it is now. So do you think Ali's numbers were skewed, or Martin's numbers were skewed because of lack of competition? Do you think that her competition was the same as what Clarissa's facing now?
No.
You think the competition level is the same?
No, absolutely not.
So if you, I don't think it is either. But then I beg to differ. Now I get it. You're 24-0, as the old saying goes. You are what your record says you are. But I'm counting your points. I actually lean more your way, Corey. But the others that supported Ali, again, she's undefeated, and that's people are going to remember her for. I just don't think she's faced the competition. These girls take their training serious now. And if you ever seen some of the videos of Martin, if you see Clarissa training, they're in a man's sport now. They're doing it the way everybody does it. And obviously Mayweather's behind fighters, women in me, but especially dealing with women now. I don't know. I think Clarissa, I don't know these. Well, she doesn't call herself the GOAT. She calls herself the GOAT with the W, but same thing. It's hard to say when you're in the ring. It's hard to say. Ali said it for himself, but it's hard to say who the GOAT is. I just don't know if they've seen a toy cannon like Clarissa in the era of when Martin first came in, or Ali doing what we consider her prime. Remember, Ali started late, because her prime was she was already of a seasoned age when she started fighting. But I give Clarissa her props for what she's doing, especially because she trains harder than both. Well, I'm not gonna say more than Martin, but certainly she trains harder than Ali. That wasn't available to women, or these women hadn't gotten to that stage of training like Clarissa does now. But those three names can be put in any direction. I think those are the three names that we should be calling. So I would agree with that. I like Carissa a little better than the other two. What about you? What's say not Lou? Herman, what do you like?
Um, Sometimes I'm just questioning the fight that he's taking. Cause he get it seems like I haven't seen her face no real heavyweight fighter, if I'm not mistaken. All the fighting that he's taking, he knocking them out. What in the fifth round? Last night, in six, in sixth round. So to be honest with you, I haven't really seen her. Corey, you could doubt me if I'm wrong. I haven't really seen her fight anybody.
Bro, who she fought? Champion, huh?
So
She
that's
fought.
my
She fought her champion last night, huh?
Yeah, she actually won the belt from the champion last night. We can't say she doesn't fought
Yeah,
anybody. She beat the two belt champion.
I like the point that Corey made about her winning titles in multiple weight classes. That's a great point,
Right.
because obviously it takes a lot to move up in weight and win in all these weight classes. So I give them that. The competition versus the competition that Layla Ali faced, perhaps they weren't as skilled as the competitors today, but they were tougher, I feel, than the competitors of today that she gets to face. Um, you mentioned the fight last night, the that she fought a champion. That champion was pretty much gifted that belt. She didn't really earn that belt, so she just basically went and got her belt back because Clarissa had that belt. I believe she was stripped of that belt for whatever reason. So she just basically went and got her belt back. And as far as the fact that she's a champion, well, she wasn't known. Nobody knew of this, champion, as it is with most of the champions that she fight. Nobody really knows them. So, I say that to say that a lot of these fighters, we don't really know. A lot of them are from overseas. We don't really follow them. We don't really know them. Um, but what we saw in the fighters back in the days of Layla Ali and Chrissy Martin, yeah, they may not have been as skilled, but they were tough, and those fighters, they put in a lot of hard work and stayed upright, fighting, trying to beat the likes of Ali and Martin. So that may have been the only difference. But I do like the fact that Shields has won in multiple weight classes. I give her
Yeah.
that.
And remember, she's coming down from heavyweight. She didn't have to go up. She had to lose the weight in order to be in this fight.
Yes, which is
And
extremely
it didn't
difficult to
hurt at
do.
all.
Just ask Roy Jones how hard that is to do.
He learned. He found out the hard way. It's
Exactly.
not easy to do.
Yeah, he found out. He found out against Starbuck quick, fast, and in a hurry. You want to come down from
Exactly.
heavyweight and fight me? Okay, let's see if you can handle it.
Yeah.
Losing that weight is not easy. Losing that weight in fighting is not easy to do.
No, not at all.
so. Here's my next question for everybody: is boxing officially watered down, or are fans getting too impatient?
Anybody?
I don't necessarily watered down.
Yeah.
They got a lot of they have a lot of talent in boxing. The issue with boxing right now is everyone is afraid to leave the game with 1, 2, or 3 losses on that record. Everybody's trying to protect the 0.
Yes.
What happens is
That's where the money's at, right?
a lot of the fighters are scared to fight each other. We're more buddy, like Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson. They're friends. They said they'll never fight each other. If I'm the best and I feel like I'm the best, let's fight. Forget the buddy thing. Forget the I'm not gonna fight him because we're cool. Boxing. We want to see the best fight the best. Just like basketball, we want to see the best play the best. If I'm playing one-on-one,
Play sport.
if I'm playing one-on-one, I want to play the best one-on-one player, not the 10th best. I want to show y'all that I'm better than everybody. So I want to fight. But the issue right now with boxing, they fucking each other.
I'm gonna go with Omar. I'm gonna go with Omar with Team Country.
Yeah, I mean, totally agree, man. Listen, I wish Dana White would take over boxing. Come
Yeah.
take it over, change the game because the game needs to be changed. These guys need to fight each other. I don't want to hear any excuses. You know, I don't want to hear the lame excuses. I want to see Shakur fighting, everybody.
Right.
Stevenson. This is what I want. Boxing is I grew up on boxing. I grew up. It was one of my favorites. One of my favorite sports, and now.
But the problem is, gentlemen, UFC has taken up all the away from taking away from
When
boxing.
we were growing up,
let Dana White take over.
right? But when
Let's
we
make
were
it happen.
growing up, there were more heavyweight guys. Okay, there were more middleweight guys. There were more welterweight guys. Now,
Welterweight, middleweight.
yeah.
Who was it that said is it on the water? It may not be on the water, but it's taking all water. I know that much. Because I mean, it's a disgrace.
Yeah.
You got all these unnecessary weight classes. You got all these promoters unnecessarily. You don't need all this. It's just way too much going on right now in this sport.
Wait, but look,
and it's so rigged.
Look in the Olympics. Is boxing how it was, let's say, when Leon Spanks was fighting?
76, the 76 Olympics.
Not at all.
Not at all. Or not even when De La Hoya was fighting.
Exactly.
It's just gone downhill.
Yeah.
And it's ironic because in team sports, you think about this, in team sports, be it football, basketball, baseball, whatever, we always make a comparison of the best player on a team going against the best player against another team. And we do that in all sports of teams. Boxing's the one sport where you really can say, this guy fought this guy, and that's the one sport that's not popular. But you will hear people argue in a minute that this guy beat this guy in any sport, and no, it was two teams that played each other.
Right.
You would think you would think our hunger for one-on-one, sports results, you would think boxing would be drastically, needed because people want to see one person beat another. But we'd rather make up scenarios where this person beat that person in a team sport. Now, sometimes I'm like, no, one player didn't play one player. But yet boxing, and maybe because, and I agree with both you guys, maybe we just don't have that star anymore. Because, I mean, when Ali, and Frazier fought, I mean, we were all, I don't know if some of you guys don't remember, I think John and I will remember, but even as a young boy, that was all the world was talking about. It was at Madison Square Garden right in New York. And even as kids, I remember my mother and them all saying, hurry up, boy, whatever we were doing, like, whatever it is, you're going to end it like 3 o'clock, because tonight is the fight, we're going to watch it closed circuit.
Yeah.
They can afford to go to the Garden, we go closed circuit and movie theater.
Right.
Well, the boxing does have that star. That star just doesn't have anybody to fight anymore. And that star is Bud Crawford.
And back when we were kids,
and that star is Bud Crawford.
Big promoter,
he doesn't have anybody on his level. You're right.
Yeah.
It's not even somebody that is not age.
All we can do now is talk about whether he could have beaten some of the guys in the golden age of the 80s. That's all we can do now. Could he have beaten the Leonard or the Durans or the Hearns or the Haglers?
Right.
Could he have beaten the four kings?
The publicity and the promoter is not like it is now as it was back in the day.
This is why I said we need Dana White to come take over.
Yeah.
Come take over. He'll change the game.
That's what's stopping a lot of the fights too. These promoters.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to lose.
Money.
Yeah, it's all rigged.
Yeah.
It's all rigged today.
Nobody wants to lose. The losing costs millions of dollars, and so nobody's willing to take that chance. Winning makes money, but losing costs money in boxing.
Yeah, you could lose. You could lose in the UFC and still fight 2 weeks later.
Exactly.
In boxing, it doesn't work that way. You lose once or twice, your career is over, and that's the problem with boxing. The guys don't get a chance.
Exactly. You lose a boxing match in like May or June. The rest of your year is we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Promoters don't want nothing to do with you. They don't want nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
But see, that's kind of what separates the good from the great ones. Like Floyd, that's why I have the uttermost respect for Floyd Mayweather. Floyd trained his ass off.
Yeah, not only that, he did it his way.
Yeah. He was
He
smart.
did it his way. He didn't need a promoter to tell him what to do. He did it his way, and that's why a lot of people may hate him for that. But the fact of the matter is, by doing it his way, look at the kind of money he generated, not only for himself but for other boxers.
Right.
I love Floyd for that reason right there, Omar, because he did it his way.
Yeah.
He didn't conform. He never conformed, and he created revenue
Yes.
beyond revenue.
I mean, by holding out to fight Pacquiao, he ended up getting over $100 million. That's unheard of in boxing.
Wow.
Right.
One fight.
So definitely.
Yeah,
one
unheard
fight,
of in boxing.
Two guys. One guy definitely out of his prime, and Floyd certainly wasn't no spring chicken.
Yeah.
And they still generated the money because people were so hungry for a good fight.
All right. So, any last word on this one?
No, good topic. Good question. Excellent question.
All right. So we'll be right back. We're gonna come with the next question. All right. So that's quick. So next segment, we jump into the NBA gets released the Christmas Day and opening games schedule. What's everybody's thought on the opening? We're gonna talk about the opening day schedule. What everybody thought on the opening day?
A lot of star power, baby.
So all star power, baby. All star power.
Yep.
You knew someone's going to be up with LeBron going to Philadelphia up for the Knicks. You knew that was going to happen. I smelled a rat when the schedule came out.
Gotta happen.
Yeah, I think it was perfectly set up.
Yeah, they play him twice before November.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just wondering though how the crowd's going to react when he goes to play against his former team, the Lakers. I can just imagine how much the booing is going to be that day.
Oh no, I don't think he's gonna get
No,
booed.
he won't get booed. He won't get booed.
Well, here's my thing.
Hey, look, the Lakers were just sold.
Yeah.
Right.
$12.5 billion.
Yeah.
He bought to the Lakers, and he did a hell of a season last season for them. I don't think he get booed.
Yeah.
They won't get booed. Yeah. But him take that team without Luka and the other kid, but those guys to make it to the second round, and overall they were competitive throughout the year. That's not that this is the question is not about him, but because that was said, it's bigger than him. But no, there'll be no booing that night. There'll be that place will be sold completely out, nothing but celebrities and stars. It will be a big event.
So my question for everybody.
Back to the schedule.
So my question for everybody: Knicks versus Philadelphia reunite. In the Garden.
In the Garden.
Opening night. Okay.
NBC, Prime, national TV.
The Knicks are getting more televised games this season too.
Because they're champs.
Why not?
That's right.
Ask Tony how many games the Nets are in prime time.
None.
Because they suck.
Absolutely, and positively none at this point.
If you play like crap, that's what you're going to get.
But at this moment, we have no primetime games. We got a couple of Tuesday and Wednesday games that we're the depending on what region you in games. You don't even get a guarantee game, but depending on your region, you might catch a Nets game.
Well, if they win the cup, maybe they'll make some changes.
Right. They might. If we could win the cup, yeah. But now that's what the cup is good for. For people that put down the cup, that could look at it. The Knicks won the cup last year, and we got to see early stages of this Knicks team is really good. And for people that put the cup down, that do that cup told us the Knicks they've arrived.
I
I know it ain't the NBA championship, but it was certainly a notice to the rest of the league that this team is here. I don't see the Nets winning the cup. I would love to. I would now for a team like the Nets. Who else? I would think. What's the name down there? Well, he's gone up. Morant's those guys. There are certain teams the cup would do wonders for their confidence and what the real purpose of something like a cup would be besides the money that these rookies be making. Right? I would love to see the Nets even get close. I would just say that. Even if we got close, it'd be confidence that our young kids are working out. But since everybody participates, that's the part that gets me. When people want to eliminate the cup or say it was easy for any team to win it, it's the same players, everybody. They have a cup team. The same guys they play later on in the season in the championship play in the cup. I don't know how one doesn't count and one. I just don't get it. They're just two different tournaments. One's the NBA championship, one is the cup. Same players. Nothing cheap about it. Anybody want to add?
Well, first of all, let me start off by saying Knicks in 5. Whenever you start off talking about the Knicks, you got to say that. Represent. But yeah, I mean, a very intriguing opening day schedule. A lot of storylines here. What are the Celtics going to look like? Obviously Philly. Big storyline there. Got a couple of, older guys now with Embiid and LeBron, and one is always injured, and the other one is doing a hell of a job trying to beat Father Time. But
there's only one ball. Let's see.
Well, at the end of the day, it is. It's only one ball.
Always say that.
And you got some guys there that are going to demand that ball, right? So they're going to have to play up tempo for guys to get, get their numbers. And as you can see, last year they played up tempo against us and we swept them. Not to say that that's going to happen this year.
Down 29 points.
Yeah, not to say that's going to happen this year, obviously, because Jaylen Brown is Jaylen Brown, and
next year the Knicks are the build up year 29.
Listen, it's going to be much more competitive. Obviously, there's no debating that. I won't even be surprised if we lose opening night because of all the hoopla that's with the rings and the banners and the
who knows?
Celebrities. That would be our only hope. But
was in Philly.
But the game is at home, so I know Jaylen Brown is going to make sure that the guys stay in tuned and make sure they're ready to play. So that's his MO. So I'm looking forward to it. I think opening day is going to be exciting. Christmas Day is going to be exciting based on the schedule for Christmas Day as well. So can't wait. Let's get it on.
I don't think that would be an issue. I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. One ball. LeBron knows how to play off ball. Jaylen Brown, both of them are champions, so I don't think that's going to be an issue at all.
Good statement.
Of course you think that was a good statement.
No, because it's true. You got to look at it. We had to talk about this before. When LeBron was on the Lakers, I told you he's more dangerous off ball. Same thing he did in Miami, off ball. More points, easy back screen, easy cuts, easy layups.
They're not going to need him to score.
Of course not.
Well, that depends. If Embiid is not on the floor, they're going to need him to score.
Yeah, but
they still got 3 other guys. They got Maxey, they got VJ, and they got Brown.
Yeah, still.
They don't need Brown to score 30. Brown,
but he won't mind being a facilitator. I still think Corey's right. He won't mind being a facilitator.
That's the point that everybody's missing. That is exactly right.
I will say this.
Honestly, LeBron could be assist leader this year with this team. To be
I've said it more than once. I expect him to be top 5. I expect that because there's no reason for him to go out there thinking aggressively offensively. There's no reason for him to do that. He will get his, I think 17, 15, 18, 13, but he will be in the assist column. That's what you look for him this year, to be the leader of that team. I think 40-year-old LeBron is 30-year-old Magic Johnson. I mean, Magic. We didn't look at Magic to see him score only. We know what we were watching Magic for. We want to see Magic throw passes, and I think that LeBron has proven over his career he can be Magic. He sees the floor, he makes the pass. I think absolutely that's what you're looking for this year. There's only again if Klay Thompson, Curry, and Durant figured it out. That one ball story is just a nice comment.
Right.
Nobody shoots one of those three guys, and they won.
Yeah, but
championships.
I'm giving EB to the second quarter of the Knicks game. I'm giving MB the second quarter of the Knicks game to go injured.
Bro, even if he's out, they still got a good team. Why do y'all keep?
They got a good team, yeah.
They got
Yeah.
But
he's not going to play that. He's not going to. He's got to stay up the floor. A man that size, he hits the floor at least 10 to 12 times a game. That is, but a guy that size always landing on the floor. That's going to stop. Somebody's going to have to talk to this man. You're a big man. You don't got to be on the floor after every shot. And now he will not be working by himself. You will not see him as they're beating teams that don't belong on the floor with them. He'll be playing less minutes.
Who's their backup center?
The guy from the Knicks.
From the Knicks, yeah. The what's his name, John? The kid I forgot. He played a little bit in the championship last year.
Yeah.
Huck Purdy?
Who?
Huck Purdy?
Huck Purdy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the backup.
Yeah.
So question, guys. Well, more of a statement. So a lot of people hate on LeBron, right? And it's crazy to think that he's the all-time leading scorer, right? And he's top 5 in assists. Now, imagine if he wasn't top 5 in assists, how much more points he would have.
Oh, anybody?
Isn't that crazy to think that he's all and top 5 in assists, and he's over 40 points? That's crazy.
I mean, that's. I mean, like I said, as you get to, and again, don't ever want to make the show about one player, but because Corey brought that up, that tells you that the adjustment he's going to make in Philly is not really an adjustment at all. This is his game. This is what he's done his whole career, and it's probably the best team he's played for, where his passing game will be incredible. He's never played for a team with this kind of firepower. No, we may see the best of him as far as a point guard and a facilitator. We may see the best of him even at this age. I really believe that.
So here's my next question. You're saying on NBA right now. Is Russell Westbrook a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's not even a question.
For sure.
You ain't gotta like him. You ain't gotta like the way he plays. You ain't got you could call him whatever you want to call him. At the end of the day, you gotta call him a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie. This man averaged a triple-double in one season. Enough said.
Did he hook up with anybody?
You told me how many other players have done that.
3 times.
Did he sign with Israel?
And I always have my running joke I have with Omar sometimes. Well, number one, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah.
There's no debate on that. Now,
Is he continuing to play overseas? Right? Is he going to be playing in Israel?
I don't know. I think
he thought about it, but he retired. He did think about it, but he right now he did mention that he was looking.
Yeah,
that's all we know for now is that he's announced his retirement.
But he done.
Yeah, he has young kids. I think he wants to be around his kids.
Yeah.
He's got some fashion interests going on outside. He's got a couple of projects he's working on that keeps him busy.
I love Russell because
listen, that's big fashion overseas.
Yeah.
Maybe not here.
Yeah.
Because he
One like a good. Never mind. I'm not going to say it on live. Never mind.
Russ left it on the floor every night. The ferocity, the confidence, the grit he played with. You can't not like that guy. Russell won.
I just couldn't understand how they couldn't win in Houston with Harden and Durant. I would never be able to understand how that didn't happen.
James Harden. That said it.
That seems to be the part that everybody forgets. It was James Harden has won nowhere. He's played with a lot of people, bro, and those people don't win when he's there. When he's there, you don't win. Take a blame of it because obviously Durant got his finally. Russ having to be in some tough situations. By the time he got to the Lakers, he was no longer prime time himself. Not that he wasn't a great player, but his decline was starting to show.
He was
And
more good.
and they put him in a situation where he didn't get a chance to be the best who Russell Westbrook could be. It was not a good situation for him.
It's Harden style play.
Yeah.
Harden
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
championship.
You might not agree with this. I think the Lakers killed his career.
I don't think so.
I didn't hear what Herm said.
He thinks the Lakers killed his career.
No.
No,
Really?
no. He was
still balling on LA.
Yeah, he should have been able to. He wasn't able to step up. They had two big time players in LA, and if he had it, he had it, and it was able to show. His weaknesses were starting to show, and he kept going downhill from there. The Lakers didn't kill his career. People get older.
Yeah.
People get older, and he had free reign in Washington because they weren't very competitive. I think they did make the playoffs, but they weren't a competitive playoff team. But he had free reign to do whatever he wanted to. But then he got to a team where the best shined, and he wasn't that game wasn't with him anymore. Takes something away from his ability to be. He is a Hall of Famer, but he wasn't on the level of their two biggest stars, and the weaknesses started coming out. So I can't blame the Lakers for killing him because he should have rebounded next year.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Next year.
I don't know about that because I just think Russell Westbrook often played on a different level than most. His speed and his aggressiveness was second to none, and I don't think a lot of players in the NBA could keep up with that. And I think that hurt him because he didn't know how to slow down, and I felt that it's similar to Maxey, right? You see, Maxey is more of a scorer. He's not a facilitator like Westbrook was, but they run the same with reckless abandon. But the difference is Westbrook could pass and he rebounded, right? And nobody else was keeping up with him on the floor, and I think that hurt him more than anything else. If you put him around players that could run the floor with him, I think it may have been a different story for him. But like you guys said, Harden held him back because Harden wasn't running the floor.
But he played so many places in so many years, Omar. The Lakers were only 2 years of his career. He won no place.
Yeah, I'm talking about the fact that why maybe he didn't win is because maybe a lot of these players couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
That's a tough call. I can't say yeah or nay. It's a good discussion.
I have a quick question, y'all. It's a little bit off a topic, but I want y'all opinion on it if y'all don't mind. So, Michael Beasley, one of the great talents right now that's shining bigger than when he was in the NBA. Do you guys think do you guys think if he had a different mind frame and a different circle that he would still be playing right now?
Maybe.
Possible.
Yeah. Probably. He probably a different circle, different mind frame. He be in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
A lot of these players that
look, he was great with the Knicks.
Yeah, a lot of these players that don't end up fulfilling their so-called potential when they first come into the league.
Right.
A lot of it has to do with circumstances. A lot of it has to do with the teams that they're on. Things of that nature. 1 minute you're the greatest thing ever, the next minute they're ready to trade you. You know what I mean? You're a bust.
What they're hanging out with.
Look at what's this kid, Risa Shea? A couple of years ago, he was the next big thing. And now nobody's talking about him. Look at Young from Atlanta. How in the world did he end up getting traded? Why?
Yeah.
Because they got another young star that they feel can be better. Again, these things happen all the time. It's just unfortunate, but we've seen it happen to many players that if they're in the right circumstance, maybe they blossom. If they're in the wrong circumstance, they just fade away.
That's 100%.
So, I got a wild card question for everybody. This is just to take the heat up a little bit. No, Tony did not know I was doing it, but I was gonna put the heat on just a little bit because I knew we had Omar here tonight. So this is my wild card questions of the night. Is the Bond game the goal?
No,
No.
He's the GOAT of
No.
he's a go to what, Corey?
this era, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, nobody's disputing that.
Right.
But he's not the GOAT.
No.
And he never will be.
So,
No matter what he does with Philly, he won't be the GOAT.
So question.
No.
I mean, I feel that about every player.
He could win the next 3 championships in a row. He won't be the GOAT.
So question. What made
Well,
you?
Right. What is the cause of that? What would you back that up with?
Well, first of all, I feel that Jordan is the GOAT, and
Of course.
the reason
You know how many
the
times
reason
we talked about this?
the reason I feel that Jordan is the GOAT is because Jordan won his first 3 championships with so much less talent. He did not have a superstar. He did not have a superstar on.
He was lucky better, so the time you could do that.
Okay.
You're right.
Let me get through what I'm trying to say.
Too.
Let me get through what I'm trying to say. So I don't think that I think that Jordan played with much less talent. I think that Jordan well, the first 3 championships, Jordan did not have a superstar player on that team. Pippen was just starting to come into his own. He became a superstar after those first 3 championships. That's when Pippen became a superstar. So it was pretty much Jordan on his own those first 3 championships. Now the second 3 championships, he had Rodman. Kukoc was never an NBA superstar, but he was an international superstar.
Right.
Okay. Obviously Rodman wasn't a scorer, but he was a tremendous defender, tremendous rebounder.
Right.
Nobody's denying that.
Right.
The second championship team, a little better than the first 3 championship teams that Jordan played with, but Jordan was the main man on those teams, all those teams,
right,
by far, hands down. He put up numbers that a lot of guys today can't even put up, and he wasn't even shooting threes back then. That plays a big part.
Right.
So that's what makes you the GOAT.
And the fact, and no, he also faced a lot of great teams, you know, in the finals and in the playoffs.
That's the
you know. Yeah, I mean, you could debate it all you want. I mean, look, he faced a lot of all the Hall of Famers from that era. Ewing on multiple occasions in the East.
He faced
okay, he faced Malone and Stockton back then. He faced Barkley, you know, back then. You know, I mean,
that's cool.
He had to get through the Pistons.
I know.
You know,
I'm listening to you, but you're saying winning's what makes you go, basically.
Well, winning in the matter that he did it.
Yeah, he didn't have the players the way LeBron.
I mean, the man technically won 6 championships in 11 full seasons.
Cool. All right. So
I mean, that's how you can look at it.
Okay, the Bulls did that. Yes. So did Scottie Pippen, by the way. And I don't want to like.
So I have a question. One question for you. Yeah, I love Jordan too. I grew up watching Jordan, but I think LeBron overall played than Jordan. But all right. What team has Jordan faced that was better than the 73-9 Golden State Warriors?
Detroit, Boston, the Knicks.
No.
Let them talk.
Phoenix. Utah.
For sure.
Indiana.
Yes.
You're putting those teams on the level of Golden State?
You putting that team?
No, I'm just saying that they were
the competition,
the great teams that he faced. I'm not saying that they were better than the Golden State team.
But that was the question he asked. I'm not putting you on.
Well, no, they're not better. They're not better than the Golden State team.
Right, cool.
Okay, I'm only going by what he said. Yeah.
No, they're not better than the Golden State team.
I had to differ that because the Warriors lost that in the final.
Nah, they did, but they still were amazing. And look who they lost to. LeBron.
I'll give you that.
Also,
but they choked in the end.
Also, see,
but they also beat LeBron.
Yeah, they did. But this is the reason why I asked.
How many times did they face each other? 4 times?
Now let me finish. The problem with Jordan and Jordan fanatics is they never talk about the bad and the losses and everything before the finals. So it gets swept under the rug and everybody, he's 6-0. That's cool. Before Pippen, Jordan was 1-9. That means your GOAT could not win by himself. So that means them championships weren't by himself those 3 years. So that's false. 2, Kukoc was an all-star. Grant was an all-star. So that's false as well. Rodman came on, they went and sought out Rodman because they knew Jordan knew what he was doing. He told Phil he wanted Rodman and bring Rodman in so we can use Rodman. They knew what Rodman was capable of. That's why they got Dennis Rodman. So Jordan knew what he was doing. They said he was a great defender. I'm not knocking him, but why was Scottie Pippen guarding the best players when it came down to it? We seen Jordan getting cooked. Rod Strickland killed him. Iverson killed him. A lot of people killed Michael Jordan. Then Big Daddy Pippen had to come in and guard those guys. He had to guard Magic. He had to guard all them other guys just so MJ could preserve his energy to score. But yet they gave him defensive player and Pippen never won defensive player of the year. How does that make sense? For the greatest guy in the world, the best defender on the team, and Pippen is guarding those guys. So how did MJ get all those defensive player trophies and Scottie got 0? Scottie averaged a lot more steals, a lot more rebounds, and a lot more other stuff in that category if you add the comparison back next to each other. I love Michael Jordan, but like I said, all the other stuff gets swept under the rug when it comes to MJ. MJ, the only thing that I can say he does better than LeBron is score. He doesn't rebound better. He doesn't pass better. People say LeBron has no killer instinct. That's not true. He has the most game winners in NBA history. So that means that killer instinct nonsense is not true as well. He shoots a better percentage. Michael Jordan probably shoots a better free throw. That's about it. I love MJ.
9% better.
Okay, so great points. But let me respond. Great points. First of all, I'm not a Jordan fan at all. I'm a Knicks fan. That's first of all. Let me make that clear. Not a Jordan fan at all. I'm a Knicks fan. So you mentioned all those stats, right? And you say LeBron has better this and better that. If you look at all those stats, however, they might be better, but they're slightly better. They're not much better. Same thing with Pippen. Look at those stats. Some of those stats, they're slightly better, not better. Jordan was a tremendous defensive player. That's why he won Defensive Player of the Year. And he was on the all-defensive team multiple times.
The bigger name gonna win it.
So, well, listen, you can call it the bigger name, the smaller name, you can call it whatever you want. The numbers are there, right? Yes. He was a two-way player. He was a two-way player. You talk about defending Pippen defending the best player on the team. They took turns. That wasn't all the time. They did take turns.
Majority of the time.
You could say that if you want. I watched the games. Okay. I watched all of those games, so I know what I saw. They took turns. Okay. Again, the numbers are close. Yeah, they might be better, but they're close. For instance, LeBron field goal average. What is he? 1 point? Not even one full point over Jordan. I mean, that's very close.
That's not the way to choose that. So, Omar, it's not fair to do it that way because we know Michael's numbers were getting even worse after 15 years. His numbers stayed stagnant. LeBron then went on to play 9 more years and still outshot Michael Jordan.
But again, it's still close.
9 more years,
but it's still close.
Michael didn't. No, it's not close.
What are we supposed to talk about here? The bottom line, right?
9 more years, he probably be down to 40%.
But we're supposed to talk about the bottom line, right? The bottom line is the numbers are still. The shooting percentage is still close. But that's the bottom line.
It doesn't because he's in LeBron's category. Because he didn't play it out. Steph Curry numbers are dropping. And we know he's a better shooter than both of them. But the bottom line is Steph Curry, unlike Michael, is playing it out. So his numbers are dropping now. Michael didn't play it out. I'm not giving him credit for a shooting percentage when you quit after 15 years.
Or you don't have to.
11. After 11 years?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm calling a guy the GOAT that won 6 championships in 11 full seasons.
But Scottie Pippen did that also. So that means
think about that for a second.
Anybody. Yeah. That means nothing to nobody. There's 3 guys that did that.
How many Finals MVP did Pippen win?
That did that.
He's not and he's not the face, bro.
So tell that to Smalls. Don't tell me that. I know that.
It ain't about face. It's about answering the question. It's
about dominance.
It's about giving somebody their.
It's not about the face. It's about dominance.
It's hard to take Jordan's numbers and say he did what other players did.
Don't they
Kobe
both?
played 20. Kareem played 20. So those numbers are real. Michael's numbers were in his 15th year. He was down to 20 points a game.
Scottie Pippen went.
15th year, he was at 30 points
Scottie
a game.
Pippen went to a great
These two
Houston
guys
team
are not
and
the
still didn't go to the
same.
finals.
But
So how are you going to talk to me about Scottie Pippen? He went to a great Houston team when he left the Bulls and still didn't go to the finals.
I get that. Neither one of them without the other.
He didn't go to as great as you guys want to talk about him. He didn't go to the finals when Jordan went to play baseball.
And Michael Jordan.
When you guys are praising him like he's on the same level.
When they're in Chicago, they both did the same thing. That's what I said. When they weren't in Chicago, we saw how bad Michael was when he went to the Wizards.
They both won 6 Finals MVPs. They sure did the same thing.
So anytime he was by himself, he never looked like the GOAT.
They both won 6 Finals MVP. You're absolutely right. They did the same thing.
Michael.
We're going to let everybody get a nice word on this topic.
But don't run from the topic if you start. It's a great way to
No.
get
With the right question, but we got other questions to get. We got other topics to get to.
This is where you knock out your ratings. I kept quiet. I'm not going to say much. All I'm saying is it's hard for me. I was glad to look at Kobe's numbers, Kareem's numbers, because those guys played it out. But if Omar just said to me a little while ago, a guy won 6 championships in 11 years, that's why his career numbers look like they are. He quit. His numbers are not real. He was averaging 20 points a game in his 15th season. LeBron was averaging 30 points a game in his 15th season. These two guys are not the same.
Herb. Let him talk himself into believing LeBron is better than Jordan. Let him talk himself into believing it.
Numbers out there. I'm not believing these.
This conversation is like from every year we bring up the same subject.
Every year, every week, every day.
All right,
we're gonna go to another topic.
Out there and say, he was the same. No, he wasn't the same.
Look, the main thing is this: we know in that era, Jordan was the best. In this era,
Yes.
But for some of us who grew up with Jordan, they're going to always say Jordan, no matter how you slice it.
So that's my problem. No matter what player does, y'all gonna always say MJ's the GOAT. That's stupid. Yes. Somebody could go 7-0. Y'all still gonna say MJ.
They have to go 7-0. They won't give him this prop. Why? Because now he don't have the numbers. But they got a 7-0 guy from that era. All of a sudden, stats matter. I mean, it's nothing makes sense with this discussion.
Well, Bill Russell was 8-0 once.
Yeah.
So it's not about that clearly. And he won 11.
So
exactly.
Nobody mentions Bill Russell as a GOAT.
You know what they say about Bill Russell? He didn't play against no competition. That's what I say about Jordan compared to the basketball players now.
No, what they say about Bill Russell that he played with great players.
I mean, as far as his winning, but they also said there were no teams on the level.
Okay, a lot of guys that are Hall of Famers on that team, from that team. A lot of guys.
Yeah, they got, what was it, 8 of them? Yeah, that team was the greatest team probably ever assembled. But they also said he didn't play against any. Poor Wilt Chamberlain, and what kills Wilt, considering his numbers are phenomenal, he only won 2 championships. He never played on a championship team on most of his career. We now know the difference between wide numbers and teams make a difference. Because Wilt damn sure was, if he wasn't the GOAT for a form of his career, who was? But teams win championships, not players.
So
we can't use numbers to say Michael won 6. That doesn't make him a GOAT. That makes him on a good team.
I would say this. They're always going to be
the last 6 because you can't compare Jordan to LeBron. Too insignificant now.
Go ahead.
So me, John, and me, Omar always talk about this. You can only go by GOAT by eras, not by decades. You go GOAT by eras, like Corey said, undisputed, LeBron is the GOAT of this era. Undisputed, Jordan was the GOAT of the 90s.
I can live with that. I can live with that. That's the best way to word it. That's the best way. And just keep in mind, you're right, Herm. And keep in mind, LeBron came in the league in 2003.
Next question.
We're going to say this, Herm. Agreeing with you. Herman, to agree with you, LeBron came in the league in 2003. It is 2026. And that entire run, not one player has won more championships and championship MVPs than LeBron James. That's the longest run of any player in basketball history. Say you have not won more than one man championships and championship MVPs, but that is the longest run in NBA history. If that's not dominance, what is?
Well, there is somebody that has won as many.
But not more. And he has not won as many championship MVPs.
So my question to end the basketball segment: what, after taking a look at the NBA schedule, what team got the better route to the NBA championship?
It's kind of hard to say, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
It's too
I
early.
didn't hear
It's
the
way
question.
too early to ask that question.
Luck takes.
Because everybody's going to be targeting the Knicks. They're all going for them. So.
Yeah, it's not even
Supposed to, right? Right.
Luck plays a part in it, and also matchups and health. So you can't
Right.
really.
Right. And if you get an injury to Embiid or any key player, boom.
Right. So it's kind of hard to say.
Right.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Listen, I'll tell you something. As far as the East is concerned, the East got better, and I'm not just saying that because what Philly did, but I never rule out Boston. I haven't forgotten that Detroit swept us last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't rule out Indiana coming back and making some noise.
Mm-hmm.
I think Orlando is young and hungry. You know, so there's some teams.
But Orlando lost 2 key players.
Yeah, they're still young and hungry.
Right.
You know, and there's some teams that are gonna make some noise in that East. You know, Miami obviously with Greek Freak.
Yeah.
Can't sleep on them. I think they have one of the best. I think they have one of the best coaches in the NBA in Spoelstra.
They don't got no.
So
They're
yeah,
putting that team together. But yeah, good point.
Listen, the East is going to be tough.
Yes,
it's going to be tough.
So we're going to take a quick break and get into some baseball. So baseball, I really don't. So my first question to everybody, since the season almost coming to an end, who are your American League and National League rookie of the year so far? American League and National League.
American League, I want to say Cam Schlittler, pitcher for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Tremendous year he's having.
Okay.
Yes.
He would be an option for that. Hard to say in the National League.
We got him in New York.
Trying to think of somebody that come to
The
mind.
right fielder on the Mets.
Bench?
Yeah. Plays he made this weekend?
Yeah. There might be somebody better. There might be somebody better. I really can't think of him.
He'll be in consideration.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely it'd be consideration.
Yep.
Definitely.
Right.
But hands down, I don't know about that, with him.
It's early.
Yeah, you still have time.
Yeah.
But Cam Schlittler has been tremendous for the Yankees this year. So I would like to see him win it. I know he's going to be also in consideration for the Cy Young. I don't think he's going to win that, but he'll be in consideration for
Probably
it. So.
not. I'll go Schlittler on the American League side.
Yeah, but yeah, it should be a good race among many people. I mean,
So,
White Sox got some players that are gonna be in consideration as well.
So my next question in baseball, for the baseball guys, if the MLB playoffs would start today, who would you trust to win the World Series and why?
Well, the Dodgers are getting healthy pitching wise, so I expect them to be there. I don't think anybody's gonna beat them. I think they're gonna win it all again. To be quite honest with you, I don't see anybody in the American League beating them either.
Ever since Freeman came over to the Dodgers, that's how they've been. They've been unstoppable, and nobody even comes close to beating them.
Yeah. Listen, I tip my hat to them and what they've done. The way they have signed their players, giving these guys all these contracts with deferred money, and that's the way to do it. The way they have done it, I tip my hat to them. And then they went and got Scooble. They're so deep in the minor leagues that they could have just given up 4 or 5 players for a guy like Scooble and not even blink. I mean, it's just unbelievable the depth that they have. It's an embarrassment of riches. Let's just say that. And they're not even having a great offensive year, and they'll still have a legitimate chance to win this whole thing. So I think the Cubs might give them a little problem, but we'll see if they face each other how that goes. But other than that, I don't see anybody beating them.
I gotta agree with Omar. I sat and watched Tampa Bay last week. They're actually pretty good, Omar. I'm sure you know that already, but I don't know if they are. Dodgers pretty good, but they're actually pretty good. They may be the representative from the American League. I really like what I saw with them. And a sleeper team, of course, would be our Yankees. Considering they haven't played with Judge now in about almost 2 months, and I think they're like 69 and 53 or 54. And Yankees are holding their own. Man, if we did have Judge, we'd be in that conversation for one of the papers to go to the series. Because we don't have Judge, people that are not recognizing their ability. The Yankees played very well under under some conditions, but I would say right now Tampa Bay has been very impressive.
Yeah, well, it's the pitching that's been holding up the Yankees. We can't hit.
Yes.
If we're not hitting home runs, we're not hitting. Period.
Right.
And that's not the way you can't play like that in the playoffs
Low scoring.
and expect to win. It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
You got to be able to hit.
I mean, you're right, Omar. I'm not going to say you're wrong. The only reason I'm mentioning that because they still are 69 or 68. I think it was 69 today. Them in Tampa are kind of like the powerhouse of the American League. If they're not hitting, the Yankees can't hit, and they're not doing their best thing. Then the rest of the American League must be real weak because the Yankees and Tampa look real good.
Tampa Bay got a guy by the name of Junior Caminero who is a beast.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he's just a flat-out beast. There's no denying this guy. Right. And this guy is going to be, forced to be reckoned with for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're set. And they're always good. Excuse me.
Right.
They're always good. So I think they're getting back McClanahan. I think he comes back tomorrow, and that's going to be a big boost for them and their rotation. Right. So, yeah, they're going to be they're going to be.
I think Tampa's going to be a problem. Yeah, I think Yankees going to be a problem too. It just matter how can we get one more time around playoff time.
They got to get Bellinger, Stanton, Judge.
Yeah, well, Bellinger's coming back this week, I believe, and I believe Stanton's around the corner as well.
You're not a Stanton guy, and Omar, give me an update. You've been doing pretty good.
It's because you traded him in your league.
Yeah, and here he just makes a lot of money. He makes a lot of money. But Omar, as far as Judge, what's the real story here? Is he gonna come back and so when?
Well, he's begun activities, so that's obviously a positive sign. So I'm thinking that he may be able to get back, but I don't think it will be until maybe mid-September, at earliest. Which is still good because it'll give him a couple of weeks to prep for and get ready for the postseason. But the $1 million question is at what percentage he's going to be in, because that's an oblique. That kind of injury is a lingering type of injury. So I'm concerned about the fact that he may not be 100%, and if that's the case, you may not get the Judge that you think you are going to get, and then he will be criticized heavily again for not performing in the postseason, because that's what New York media does. So I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best.
So my next question for everybody, and then we're going to get another wild card question. How Tony brought this up in the group chat? How do we go from judging the best players in the active production, home runs, RBI, points, championship, to a generation that player was just production? Can we still who you guys consider the best way to judge a baseball player? That's the question.
I appreciate your bringing that up. What I was asking is, And when I said I use me and John as the example, and it's not just me and John, I happen to use us as the example, is that when we were coming up, and Omar jumped in, I think when he came on the line, we had baseball cards. And baseball cards, players, their numbers were on the back, who they were. And we did back in when we were younger, we did judge our players by what they did on the field. And the better players always had better numbers and better results. And that's how we judged our players. And it seems like we've gotten away from that in baseball. And now, it's just like every other sport, it seems like now it's just, we think one player is again, like we're doing all the other sports. And that one player is the leader and he does everything by himself and he wins all the championships by himself. And I was using baseball as that example. Baseball is probably the biggest team sport because you only really go to a bat 4 times a day, sometimes 3. So I was just asking, like, why is baseball not getting its recognition? Because the star players are not really what people think. They don't get to be a part of the game 24 hours, every play, every home run, the whole thing.
Yeah, because baseball is like what just.
With Lou?
Yeah. I mean, baseball's.
You're a big baseball fan. Mm-hmm.
John, Omar want to add on to this or no?
In terms of popularity, the reason why baseball is falling down behind football and basketball more than anything else, and I know some people may disagree with this, but I believe that gambling has a lot to do with it.
Yes.
Gambling has played a major part in football, and it's picking up in basketball as well. But it's not doing the same in baseball for whatever reason.
Good point.
But as far as the question of judging the players, I played baseball all my life, and the way I judge myself as a player, I've always judged myself based on base percentage. Because the thing that generates wins more than anything else is runs. Right. However,
yes,
pitching is the name of the game in Major League Baseball. Yeah. You don't go to the playoffs. You don't win World Series without good pitching. You don't have to have great hitting to win, but you have to have great pitching to win. Yep. And that's the difference. And that's the difference in baseball, as opposed to other sports. It's glaring when it comes to baseball that how important pitching is needing.
Well, look at the Yankees. Classic example.
Yeah, pitching is needed. I mean, the Yankees of the 70s, they didn't have great hitting on those teams, but they had great pitching. Not the 80s, the 70s.
Great bullpen.
That's the 70s. They had great pitching. Yeah, starting pitching and bullpen. Yeah, in the 70s, they didn't have great hitting. Reggie Jackson is the all-time strikeout leader. He was a 240, 250 career. No, he's a 260 career hitter. He wasn't a great hitter. He was a great home run hitter, but he wasn't a great hitter. So he was the best player on the team, him and Munson. And they were able to win. Because they had tremendous pitching. Louisiana Lightning back then. They had Catfish Hunter. They had Figueroa, they had, some other guys that I can Sparky Lyle, So
I do got a wild card question for everybody that play baseball, watch baseball. This is my wild card question. Who is the greatest baseball player of all time and why?
Who wants to go first?
Is this a small question too, Harm?
Yeah.
He said baseball, so that's different. I actually have been converted. I will say somebody on this line converted me from who I probably thought was the best baseball player to who I think has been the best baseball player I've ever seen. And the person on this line made me pay real close attention. Of course, that person is Omar. And Omar said a couple of years ago that Shohei Ohtani was the best player in baseball.
And everybody called me crazy.
Everybody called Omar crazy. Yes, he did. Absolutely. I'm one of them.
Let's make sure we get that part in.
That is crazy.
Nope. I will admit that. I called you crazy. I'm there. And then I looked at what he started doing after Omar said that. And I'm like, well, if this is not the greatest player, who has done this? Because the pitching started becoming Cy Young style pitching. It wasn't just going out there, but it was that the Dodgers are throwing out there because he wants to pitch. He can pitch. Once I really accepted that he was a premier pitcher, I started agreeing with Omar that, yeah, he's the best player I've ever seen. I love Barry Bonds. Reggie Jackson's my favorite player because he's my favorite player. He wasn't an all-time great. Bonds was my favorite in terms of the best ever, but I'm going to go with Omar. I don't know if he's still saying what he said before, but I think Ohtani might have been the best player we've ever seen in our lives.
Well,
Anybody else?
because like when he brought it up, he's also a hitter and he's also a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
And the last person that we probably could see it, well, we didn't see it, Tony, is Babe Ruth.
Right.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Babe Ruth did not pitch and hit in the same season. He pitched his first 5 years, won 100 games, won 2 World Series with the Red Sox, but he did not hit during those seasons.
Right.
He just pitched.
Right.
He didn't start hitting until he got traded to the Yankees.
Right.
For a bag of peanuts.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not denying Babe Ruth's greatness, but to do it in the same season in this era,
right? To pitch and to hit.
I mean, think about it. Babe Ruth didn't throw 100 miles an hour. He was throwing 85, 90 at best, right? He was hitting against pitchers that threw around 85, 90 at best. Ohtani is hitting against pitchers that are throwing 95 to 100. And he's pitching, throwing 95 to 100. Remember, this year, just before he got hurt, he was in the Cy Young conversation.
Right.
And he's still putting up numbers, MVP caliber hitting numbers. Okay, right now it's him and PCA, neck and neck for the MVP award this year. But again, Ohtani pitched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you could talk about, Ohtani never played the field. He's not a defensive player. Okay, that's fine and dandy. Is it harder to play defense or is it harder to pitch? And if you want the answer to that question, just ask Pedro Martinez. Because Pedro Martinez said it himself. He said, man, the day after I pitched, my arm felt like it was going to fall off. I wouldn't even dream of picking up a bat. Here it is. This guy is hitting the very next day.
Yep.
And he's hitting the day before he pitches. And he's hitting the day he pitches. And
the day after.
And people don't realize some of Ohtani's best days are the days hitting days or when he pitches. Think about how incredible is that. And he's doing it in LA where it's hot as hell.
No argument here. And I gave you, I called you crazy.
The $1 million question is, how is this human being doing this when at this level where no one else can? That's the $1 million question here. How? How is this possible? That's the $1 million question we should be asking. Not that he's doing it, is the fact how is he doing it?
Right.
I'm sure he gets tested for steroids like everybody else. The only thing he's been accused of is getting his money stolen.
By a young person, right?
Right.
No, Omar's making a good point. I don't know if anybody dare try to counter that point. I tried a couple of years ago to no avail. Ohtani just got better after I tried to put him down. He only got better. So that just shut me up. I don't know if anybody else has an argument with the best player. I gotta admit it. Omar makes a compelling argument that nobody has yet that I've heard is giving me a better presentation of a player that's done what Ohtani has done as a
this man is the only player in Major League Baseball history that hit 50 homers and stole 50 bases.
And pitched.
How is he doing this? He didn't pitch that year.
I mean, but
still, right? How is he doing this?
Yeah.
How is this even remotely possible?
Yeah.
Is he the best hitter in baseball? No, I think Judge is better.
Yes.
Is he the best? Is he the best pitcher in baseball? No, there's several pitchers better than him, but he's top 10. He's top 3 hitter and top 10 pitcher.
And how?
The question is how.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the equivalent. This is the equivalent of Bo Jackson playing football and baseball at a high level.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about here. And Bo Jackson wasn't that great of a baseball player. We all know how great he was at football. Same thing with Deion Sanders, played football and baseball. We know, Sanders, Deion wasn't a great baseball player, but we know his talent as a football player.
Right.
How is this man doing this at a high level on both ends is beyond me. That's the $1 million question. I wish somebody could answer that question because I don't know the answer to it. And I want to know the answer to it.
So my last question on the baseball level is what managers are on the hot seat right now in baseball?
Well, I would have said the Mets, but they finally got rid of theirs.
That problem already, right?
That's about time.
Exactly.
So the Red Sox did what they were supposed to do, and they've come on since. They did the right thing at the right time.
Maybe Cincinnati, only because I thought this. I expected a little bit more from them.
No, if anybody, I would say San Diego.
Okay, but they are in second place, aren't they?
Well, it depends what the Mets do with them in the next 3 games.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem with San Diego is they're the same division as the Dodgers. I mean,
that's not an excuse, though. That's not an excuse. They're not playing the Dodgers every game. You gotta be better.
Yeah, but they do have a winning record. They are in second place. I mean, you're right. They're not overachieving. They're average. I mean,
but they're three. They're talking about that. Their 3 main hitters were like quiet.
Those are the guys that need to be in the hot seat.
Yeah, but you're talking about the manager. So yeah.
Yeah, so maybe he has something to do with that. Maybe to get them motivated.
They should be better than they are. They have a tremendous team.
Yeah,
they should be better than they are.
Yeah, so we don't lose that their 2 best players have put up have been embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, Cincinnati's in last place.
Hang out with Pittsburgh.
When is Pittsburgh going to improve? They have a great pitching staff. When are they going to improve?
Never.
These are $1 million questions. What happened to Seattle? They should be better. They have a great pitching staff. They should be better. What happened to Cal Raleigh is the $1 million question. Man had 60 home runs last year. What, he got 8?
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't check him for Roy every day. 60 to 8 makes no sense, bro.
That's like what happened with the guy in Baltimore.
Yeah, what's the name that hit 50 home runs?
Yeah.
And then he came back to earth the next year.
I mean, make it make sense. Because that don't make sense to me.
No, not at all. I mean, how do you go from 60 home runs?
And he's a catcher the way he was producing last year, and now it's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I really can't knock San Diego too much. Like you said, they are in second place. They deserve a little credit, but I just think they should be better.
So
just don't show the American League West. Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back with final thoughts.
That division's a joke.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Give me 1 second.
Detroit, Minnesota, and Kansas City.
Yeah. Comedy Central.
Yeah.
I'll hold that thought.
So we are gonna go with final thoughts. I know Lou had a couple of things. Omar was talking to the break. If you got one to navigate what you were talking about, you have to spend the 30 seconds doing that.
Well, I got something I want to talk about, not debate. I want to talk about Tommy John, who passed away today at the age of, I think it was 83 or 86, something like that.
83.
Man played 26 years in baseball. 26 years.
Wow.
288 wins. How is this man not in the Hall of Fame? And he, I mean, he did something that a lot of people would not have even considered doing. You know, he took a chance on an experimental, um, procedure that could have amputated his arm. He took a chance on it, and it changed baseball, and it changed many a careers, and it made so many hundreds of pitchers millions and millions of dollars. It made pitchers better than they were before. How is this man not recognized by the Hall of Fame for all that he has done to this game is beyond me. A shame on them.
Wins.
Shame on them. 288 wins speak for themselves. He belongs in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
The baseball writers committee, they need to get this right next year. The wait is over. I mean, it's a shame that he's not going to be there to see it, but they need to get this right. I mean, enough is enough already. Get this man in the Hall of Fame. He belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Long overdue.
So he's done so much for so many. Kudos to Joby, the doctor that performed that miracle procedure on his arm and changed the scope of baseball, because so many pitchers would not have made it. So many pitchers would not have been able to make the money that they're making. The latest one to go have Tommy John surgery was Hunter Green for the second time. And he's a tremendous pitcher. So it really is a shame that Tommy John is not getting the recognition he very well deserves. So I hope that they fix that, and I just want to wish his family all the best, and obviously our prayers are with him and his family. May he rest in peace and power.
Well said. We're gonna go around the horn. Lou, final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, just to add on that, great pitcher, didn't get the recognition they deserved. I mean, he was great for the Yankees or anything, for 6 different teams. But I had to agree with the other partner that he did get shafted and never got the respect he deserves. Now it's just hope that the committee will get this right, because he is worth deserving of the Hall of Fame, even though he fell short of 300 wins. But still, after all he's done, he is well deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, and I hope that next year they're going to get it right.
John.
No, he definitely belongs in. I mean, look how long it took Hodges to get in, and he finally is in.
Yeah.
Gil Hodges? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
number 2 all time in home runs for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
You mean the Brooklyn Dodgers, right?
Yeah. The Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, I'm not going to talk about Tommy John. So, Omar, great debate, as you and I always do, in regard to Braun and whatever else. I respect you for that. That was not about personal. It was about loving the sport, loving the game. You made a point tonight that I think applies to 2 players. Like you said, Ohtani. How does he do how has he done what he's done, hitting and pitching? In basketball, people use the same analogy. How is somebody the greatest scorer also on the all-time assist leader? I think Corey made that point. And how do they do that? How do you find a way to be the all-time assist, but also the greatest scorer? And I think that those 2 guys, Ohtani and Braun, I believe, are the parallels to each other in sports. How did they do what they did? And I think everybody knows my position, but using real numbers and not just emotion, it's a great question. How did Ohtani do what he did? How did LeBron do what he did? I think those 2 guys are parallels. I agree with you now, totally agree with you, that Ohtani is the best player I ever saw. And obviously, if I'm going to say that about Ohtani, I'm going to say that about LeBron also. I'm not putting Michael down or anybody down.
All right. Good show.
All right, so this is All Fire, No Filter. We'll be back next Sunday. Same time, same place, same back channel.
All right. Great job, guys. Great job.
Great show. Great show. Great show. Great show. Good job, Omar. Thank you, bro. Everybody.